Welcome to MsMojo.
Today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 crazy stories behind SNL auditions.
My heart is black, and I hate you. Sweet Jesus!
That means we're looking at the most unique and unexpected experiences that performers had during their auditions for Saturday Night Live, but they don't necessarily have to have been successful auditions. All right, let's get to the list. Number 10, to prop or not to prop, Bill Hader. Auditioning for Saturday Night Live can be a nerve-wracking experience. Should you go with what you know and do the stand-up set you've perfected for years? Or should you try something fresh and new for Lorne Michaels and company? These thoughts were running through the mind of Bill Hader as he recalled stepping into a 30 Rock elevator and seeing another comedian holding a bunch of props. That comedian, oddly enough, was future SNL cast member Andy Samberg, who was auditioning the same day. The encounter probably led both to second-guess the whole prop thing, but now we know that both Hader and Samberg ended up just fine.
Okay, and Anthony, what is your puppet's name?
Tony.
Number 9, is New York okay? Seth Meyers. So the show is live from New York, meaning that working in the city that never sleeps should be sort of a given, right? Well, for some reason, Lorne Michaels still went ahead and asked Seth Meyers whether or not he'd be able to live in NYC should he be given a spot on the cast. Meyers was doing a final meeting with Michaels before being offered the job, and he told the New York Times that he couldn't help but wonder if, quote, anyone blew it at this stage. It's not like the iconic sketch comedy show could be held anywhere else, especially not for the convenience of a new cast member.
So we had an update on Seth Meyers. Good night.
Number 8, nervous wreck. Kate McKinnon. Kate McKinnon, best known for her outrageous impersonations, nailed her very first Saturday Night Live audition.
I remember Kate McKinnon auditioned, and I laughed during her audition, which you're not supposed to laugh.
But she told People magazine that a request for a second audition might have actually sent her into a spiral. Before auditioning, McKinnon was deeply involved in the NYC comedy scene, with her most prolific television appearance being a recurring spot on the Big Gay Sketch Show. For McKinnon, this big SNL break was do or die. She'd only found out she would be auditioning 2 weeks in advance, so she scrambled to prepare all of the characters she could play. Per her own account, she was terrified backstage. That is, until she ran into Bobby Moynihan. Not only did he recognize her, but he complimented her work. McKinnon recalls that this was the kick in the ass she needed to crush the audition. Thanks to his praise, she was totally at ease. McKinnon remarked that she really owes Bobby her life.
Who did you look up to when you were in that auditioning process?
Well,
frankly,
oh, come on,
it was Bobby Moynihan.
Number 7, time crunch. Kristen Wiig. We mentioned earlier about how stressful choosing material for an SNL audition can be, and this also applies to making sure everything is timed correctly, sometimes down to the millisecond.
Everybody just has to act natural. Can you do that, Sue?
Natural, yes. I'll just look at my hand.
Kristen Wiig had this nailed down for her turn at bat for the SNL cast after being told that all auditions had to be 5 minutes maximum. Wiig told the New York Times that she even brought a stopwatch in order to make sure her material could fit in the allotted time. Then, when she was actually in the 30 Rock building, she heard that other performers were doing sets in excess of 10 minutes, which really let the wind out of her sails. Number 6, the right Obama, Donald Glover. Okay, so how did this not become a thing? Donald Glover wasn't auditioning to become a member of the Saturday Night Live cast, its featured players, or even on the writing team, but threw his hat into the ring to play former President Barack Obama during the show's 2007-2008 season. Glover was already writing and performing on the 30 Rock TV show alongside Tina Fey and had proven his strength at comedy, and we think he could have done a very presidential job with his impressions. The role was eventually given to cast member Fred Armisen, however, leaving us all to imagine this scenario in our heads until the end of time. Number 5, Lorne laughing on the inside, Jimmy Fallon. Lorne Michaels is the ultimate deciding factor when it comes to landing a job with SNL, and meetings with him can go a myriad of different ways. Jimmy Fallon was waiting 3 hours for his meeting when he was informed by an assistant that Chris Farley was kept waiting over 8. Then there was when Fallon was told by no less than 3 people not to be dissuaded if Lorne didn't laugh during his audition. His reaction? Quote, "He's doing a comedy show. Why does he not like to laugh?" It ended with Jimmy doing an Adam Sandler impression for Lorne, which he must have found funny whether he showed it or not.
That's unbelievable.
Number 4, no women this year, Rachel Dratch. There's been an ebb and flow to the cast of Saturday Night Live, with performers of different genders, races, and sexual orientations passing through over the years. As a result, sometimes casting directors are looking for different things, depending upon what kind of holes they need filled within the featured players. Rachel Dratch didn't get in the door during her first audition for the show, with SNL hiring Jimmy Fallon, Horatio Sanz, and Chris Parnell in her place. She was told that the show wasn't, quote, taking any women that year, which is a funny thing to hear, but Dratch told the New York Times that she eventually felt, quote, at peace with the decision. Number 3, don't do Mary Catherine, Molly Shannon. Hey, sometimes you just shouldn't listen to anyone other than yourself. Molly Shannon certainly followed her instincts when she auditioned for SNL, and was told that Lorne Michaels would, quote, hate her character of Mary Catherine Gallagher. Sure, it would have been easy for Shannon to listen to this bad advice from one of the show's talent scouts, but she listened to her gut and eventually created an iconic character for the ages.
I want to be a singer just like you. Yeah? What's love got to do with it?
The lesson here, go with what you know. Even if what you know is doing an awkward, accident-prone, armpit-smelling Catholic schoolgirl obsessed with Meredith Baxter Birney.
Good girl. That was terrific. No, you're not still nervous, are you? No. That was very good, very good.
Number 2, awkward callback, Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell was back in New York for his second meeting with Lorne Michaels, so he sat down and started to go through his act. Michaels told him that he basically needed to come up with something entirely new. Ferrell had actually planned an elaborate joke for the meeting, bringing along a briefcase full of fake money to offer as a bribe.
We're doing the interview now, not you.
But the atmosphere was tense and he changed his mind at the last minute.
I'm Will Ferrell, and this will be the voice of the Chicago Cubs, Mr. Harry Carey.
The next day, he ended up doing a sketch about a businessman who rolls around on the floor playing with cat toys, which he was sure bombed.
Tell Don Jacobs to hold. Yes. No, I'm busy. Thank you.
Fortunately, he was wrong, or we would never have gotten more cowbell.
I'd be doing myself a disservice and every member of this band if I didn't perform the hell out of this.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, persistence pays off, Eddie Murphy.
Oh, look! An eviction notice!
Eddie Murphy wasn't even 20 years old when he felt the urge to inundate an SNL talent coordinator with daily phone calls for a week, begging for a chance to get on the show.
Make it snappy. I don't have all day, all right?
That coordinator eventually relented, intending to use Eddie as a non-speaking extra in the background. Eddie, perhaps predictably, killed at the audition, and he was made a full member of the SNL cast.
This is the last episode of 2019, but if you're black, this is the first episode since I left back in 1984.
Murphy served as one of the shining stars and saving graces for the show's tumultuous 6th season, known as SNL 80, and went on to not only become a series staple, but an absolute comedy icon.
Maybe you should consider giving me my own slot. You know what I mean? Because I'm a totally team experience.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.